Namaste, Swami.
Namaste. Namaste. I thought where the sound is coming from. Okay. Two shlokas are not available there. Maybe another one. Sorry? You have there? Okay, so 7 and 8. We'll start from there. Okay, we'll say our prayer. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanu Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Aviravirmayedhi. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanina Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvam anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim. May we be protected, may we be nourished, may we strive with energy and vigor. May our study be enlightening and not give rise to hostility. Om peace, peace, peace. Lead us to truth, not to untruth. Lead us to enlightenment, not ignorance. Lead us to immortality and not death. Let the self-manifesting Atman grow in me. Om peace, peace, peace. Om, O Bhagavad Gita, with which Parth was enlightened by the Lord Narayana himself, and which was incorporated in the Mahabharata by the ancient sage Vyasa, the Blessed Mother, the destroyer of rebirth, showering down the nectar of Advaita and consisting of 18 chapters upon thee, O Bhagavad Gita, O loving Mother, I meditate. So we are meditating on Bhagavad Gita. And as we know, Arjuna was enlightened. And we also are seeking enlightenment. That is why we are meditating. But the problem lies that we hear many times, but somehow we miss. Why somehow we miss? Why we should not miss? What are the required qualification? Then we will not miss. So until or unless we cultivate that, we'll continue to miss. And we are engrossed so much with the world that we don't want to miss that. That's why we miss this one. As simple as that. So, Sri Krishna in this 13th chapter said what are the minimum requirement, the minimum qualifications that is required for enlightenment. And it is not new, it is mentioned in so many places and also in other scriptures also. So we know these virtues, but still why we should continue to explore and to understand. Because by understanding what we do, we dwell on it, we cultivate it. Why should we go to gym every day? We should go only once. That should suffice. But it doesn't happen. But what happens after workout, then if we eat a stomach full or something which is not very congenial or not healthy, so what will happen? We'll not get the benefit. So it should be constantly reminded, and also corrective measures are to be taken. So that is why cultivation is very important. It's not one-time job. Oh, we know this thing. Amanittam, adambhittam, ahimsa, kshantirarjam. We are reading right from our childhood. But the thing is, still we should know. Then new revelations come. And also comes the importance in our lives. It doesn't matter, it is another thing that it is not growth. Growth means like physical growth. It is within. Okay, we can see in this way. We have 5 sense organs. We see, we hear, we taste, smell and touch. A blind man cannot see. So what happened? Once it happened that one recently blind, one by birth. So who was recently blind, he was saying milk. He was talking highly of milk. So what happened? He said, what is milk? Because the person who was blind right from birth, he did not see or experienced what milk is. So he said, oh, you don't know milk. What is that? Oh, it is white. White? What is white? Because he has not seen white also. So he said, white means like crane. Crane is white. Oh, crane. What is crane? Oh, you don't know crane also. Crane is like sickle shaped. Sickle shaped. Oh, sickle shaped. What is sickle? Because he has not seen that either. So he said, okay, you don't know. So his sickle is like this. So he put his hand and and putting the touching his hand, he said, oh, now I understand what milk is. So what happens, what Sri Krishna is saying, and we are blind from birth, it's very difficult to understand. That is why we need to try to understand, we try to develop the eyes to see. And nowadays, this AI and this all, say electronic things, they are coming. Even whatever stimuli that we receive, they can translate now. So, it is possible. The possibility is very much within us. But to develop that eye to see the divinity, we need to cultivate. And repetition, one should not be fed up with repetition. It is said in scripture also said that avrittihi asakrit upadeshat. Upadesha, whatever is helpful for us, that should be repeated over and over again. Because then only once it will click. Maybe after 1,000 hearing or maybe a millionth hearing, once it will click. That is required. It doesn't matter whether 100,000 repetition went into, say, like oblivion, or it was lost. It doesn't matter. But what matter is that we need to cultivate, because these are the basis of our spiritual life. Spiritual life is not that we grow two horns or a long tail. It's not external, it is internal change. And as we interact in the world, we can assess ourselves how we are faring, how we are going through. And that is why we need to cultivate these. Now let us, Sri Krishna here enumerated 20 characters. And these characters are very, very important. What he said? Amanitvam adambhitvam. So amanitvam, adambhitvam. Amanitvam is humility. Humility is very important. And Vaishnava Shastra says, amanina manadena. The Vaishnavas has got some principles. What are those? That trinadapi shunichena taroreva shahishnuna. Trinadapi shunichena. See, all the time our ego, it's like I'm such and such, you don't know me. So this expression comes. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the teaching, which is very helpful. Trinadapi shunichena. You be lowly even a grass, blade of grass. Trinadapi shunichena. Tarorivo shaishtuna. And you should be forbearing like a tree. You can cut the branches of tree, but tree does not object. Similarly, sometimes even harm may fall on us, but that is not, we should not react. You see, like this is, you can say, why not? Why should react? American idea is like we should take revenge. Why should not we take revenge? Yeah, if you take revenge, that's okay, but that's lower. Why lower? Because then you are, reacting. Any action that came and you are reacting against it. And what is happening? When you react, then you lose yourself. Lose yourself means not physically, what I am talking about, the spirit, because you are concentrating in developing your spiritual life. And then comes taking revenge. Then you can go to any extent to take revenge. Even you can kill a person. And then you end up in jail. So then the whole purpose is defeated. But here, what is the point? Point is to cultivate such qualities. Then with the help of that, we can be receptacle of divinity, the enlightenment. It will not come and descend all of a sudden. This is meticulously cultivated in our character. Man-making, character building, education. This is very important. That is why here amanitvam. So amanina manadena. First is what he said, that trinadapi shunichena. One should be lowly, even lower than the blade of grass. Why should we do that? Because then only you are You'll be receptacle. Sri Ramakrishna said, water comes and stays where the ground is low. And where it is like mound, it will not stay. So trinadapi sunichena tarori vashishtana. And one should be forbearing like a tree. Then amanina manadena. Those who have no honor, give them honor. Encourage them. And people are hungry of honor. Appease them with whatever is required. Amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. And all the time sing the glory of God. Because through singing the glory of God, you will be able to absorb His qualities, absorb His nature, and be that. That is why it is like this. So, amanitvam, adambhitvam. Dambha. What is dambha? When it is, amani means in the thought process. In the thought process, I should be humble. And dambha means physical level. Expression that, I am egoistic, when that expression comes in physical level, then it is called dambha. And then another quality will come, anahankara, egoistic. So egoistic is in verbal level. We have 3 levels. One is manasika, kaika, physical, and vachika. Vachika means verbal level. So we have 3 levels. One is mental level. So that is amanitvam. So mentally I should cultivate humility. I should cultivate humility in my mental level. And you see, even in our practical life also, what we see? We honor such a person who is humble. We like them. If a person is egoistic, we don't like him. So if this is in physical level, it is true in spiritual level also. So amanittam, adambhitvam. Dambha, that means physical expression of egoity. And ahimsa. Ahimsa means non-violence, that we have already gone through. And then kshanti. Kshanti is very important. Kshanti means mental equilibrium. So that one is forbearing, one is forbearing, forgiving, and also he is mentally fit for it. Kshanti, kshama. Kshama means forbearing, but kshama, and it is peaceful also. Why it is so? Why it is required so? No, we have some avenues, we have some strength. We can develop our personality depending on the strength of those avenues. So we have mind, we have sense organs, and we have organs of action. If these are in consonance with each other, then only we can become a better specimen of human being. So what I mean? That's why, in the Upanishads also we have many prayers. Shanti Vachanam. So what Shanti Vachanam that we say? Vang me manasi pratisthita. My speech be established in my mind. And my mind also should be established in speech. So what is that? Om Vang me manasi pratisthita, mano me vachi pratishthitam, aviravir mayedhi, vedasya ma'ani stha, Shrutam me ma prahasirani nadhite nahoratran sandadhami, ritam vadishyami, satyam vadishyami, Tanmam avatu tad vaktaram avatu avatu mam avatu vaktaram. What is the meaning? May my speech rest reconciled with the mind, and my mind with the speech. O self-effulgent Brahman, be revealed unto me. May you both, mind and speech, be enabled to bring home to me the Vedas. See here, same idea. There also, when mind and speech is in consonance, and when my behavior pattern also akin to that, so then only we are fit recipient for spiritual enlightenment. May you both, mind and speech, be enabled to bring home to me the Vedas. Vedas means teachings of Vedas. May not what I have heard from the preceptor leave me. What happens? As the class stops, then we forget. Of course, this is nature. It's nothing to blame. By the study of the Vedas will I unite day with night. Truth will I think, and truth will I speak. It is not that we say something, we behave something else, and we think something else. So it should be whatever, it should be one and same. As Sri Ramakrishna simply said, man mukh ek kara. That means to unify mind and speech. Whatever is in my mind, I should be able to say that. So truth will I think, and truth will I speak. May Brahman protect me. Not only this, there are so many others. There also we see the similar idea. And here it is invoking peace for all. Let all be happy. Let all be free from diseases. So this way what happens? We expand this small content of life. And not only this, that we seek peace in heaven. Unto the heaven be peace. Unto the sky and the earth be peace. Peace be unto the waters, unto the herbs and the trees be peace. Unto all the gods be peace. Unto Brahman and unto all be peace. Peace, yea, verily peace. May that peace be with unto me. So this is Shanti. Shanti means it has peace and also forbearance. So it is the quality that we should cultivate all the time. Where there is excitement, where there is disturbance, it is better to avoid that. So here Shanti is given forbearance, but it has more qualities. That is the total evolution of human personality. So amanitvam, adambhitvam. So dambha, that means on physical level. Ahimsa, non-injury to others. And arjavam means simplicity, or that straightforwardness, uprightness, and service to the teacher. This is very important because it is very difficult to develop an eye. What we do? For operation, you see, doctors, they are with a doctor, they learn. Many things are not written in books. It is not possible to write everything in the book. And especially in a spiritual field, there we imbibe from our teachers. And it is the personal magnetism that is important. because through that it is life is lit from another life. As light is lit from another light, similarly. So it is not in the books, not in the scriptures. Those translated ideas in a person, that is taken and imbibed from that person. That is why Acharya Upasana. Acharya Upasana means worship of teacher. You know, why it is important? One should have Shraddha. The mental capability to accept. It is not only faith, it is one-pointed devotion. To cultivate this Shraddha, we need to worship our teachers. It's not that making the teacher sit and then worship like that. No, not like that. But to behave, to translate those teachings, what he teaches, to translate those teachings in our lives, that is better Acharya Upasana. Acharya Upasanam. Shaucham. Shaucham is also very important. Cleanliness in our thinking, in our day-to-day behavior, and physically, and mentally. And speech. Kaik, Vachik, Manas. All three, one should have the cultivation of cleanliness. That is important. One should not argue why one should do like this. Rather, we have to follow. Yes, this way we cultivate. Shaucham, Sthiryam, stability or steadiness. It's not that, we vacillate. Whatever we receive, it is like receiving the stimuli or stimulus for a pearl. That stimuli turns into pearl. So, Acharya Upasanam, Shaucham, Sthiryam, Atma Vinigraha. Atma Vinigraha means to the self-control. Self-control means it includes control of outer senses, sense organs, organs of actions and organs of senses, and also mind. So, Atma Vinigraha, control of self-control, control of self. Then we go to the next. Why all these are required? Because otherwise what happens when we are exposed to things of the world? So in the beginning it is casual. And after certain time, then we become dependent on it. And then we become addicted to it. And when one is addicted to it, then one loses one's control over that thing. So that is why we should be alert and discriminative. We have to understand what is not good for us, what is temporary, what is not beneficial. And we do all the time. When we go for shopping, we do all the time. Only thing, this is a bit subtle in mental level, there it is physical level. And another thing that we can cultivate, that what mother said, that's very important. When you have this ego, then you have to see, and when you feel that you are higher, you have so many things, nobody is like you, then you have to look up. Then you will see lots of people are there who is better than you. And when you are morose, you are thinking that nobody is like you, then you have to look down. Then you will see Lots of people are there who are suffering more than what you are suffering. So this is mother solution, very important. Now let us go to the next. So anyway, let me read once. Humility, unpretentiousness, non-injury, forbearance, uprightness, service to the teacher, purity, steadiness, self-control. So these are, say, out of 20, these are few. And then we'll go forward. Indriyartheshu vairagyam. Indriya and artha. Indriya means senses. As we know, we have 5 senses, sense organs. And artha means whatever objects of those senses, corresponding objects. Like I have eyes, and there is some objects which are observed by this. That means whatever has, form and also color, and this is called the object. So object and eyes have relationship. That is why we are attracted to some form. Oh, very good. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful scenery. Color. Oh, wonderful color. Should we not see? Yes, we see, but we should not be attached. Rather, we have to see who has created this color. Who is the great artist that is painted this painting? It is better to see that way. So, indriyartheshu vairagyam. Similarly, we have a sense of smelling. And when there is a good smell, then we are attached to it. We want to smell more. And we want to taste, sometimes some sweets. It's very difficult to control. Huh? So, once you start, you cannot stop. So one should discriminate. If I take too much, then diabetes is waiting there at the corner. So this way one should be discriminative. Indriyartheshu vairagyam. Anahankara vacha. Anahankara we have covered. So 3 words are there. Amanitvam, so that's in mental. And adambha is physical. And then anahankara, that means in our verbal level. All the time we say, I am, I have to go, I'm so important. Nobody is like me. So all this to be avoided. So indriyartheshu vairagyam anahankara evacha. And then janma mrittu jara vyadhi dukkha dosha anudarshanam. So all the time we have to analyze. Most of the time we are attached with body. Though we are not aware of our body all the time. When we are singing or when we are reading, we are not aware of our bodies. When we are sleeping, we are not aware of our bodies. When there is headache or stomach ache, then only we are aware of our bodies. But still we have this sense that I am body. So this, to cut that attachment, there is a way. That is what is being said here. Janma mrittu jara vyadhi. This body has got birth and also death. Jara means old age. And you can see, you can see this old man. Okay. Jara, Vyadhi, sometimes cancer, and this and that, diabetes. So people suffer so much. Therefore, we should not be attached with body. But what happens? So many, the other day I was seeing Apsara salon. So if you go there, you will become a apsara. Apsara means heavenly damsel. So if you see the market, it is full of such shops. So it is not, we are not saying body is not required. What is required? This is like a boat. Bhavasagare Tarana Nauka. So this is to go across this ocean of this world. It is required. But one should not be slave of it. One should be master of it. Slave means all the time you are serving your body. No. Rather, body should serve you. And it's doing. It does very faithfully. Only that much is whatever is required, that is understandable. But here what is the point? Janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi, dukkha dosha anudarshanam. One should always be mindful of this suffering. Dukkham, dukkham, sarvam dukkham. All the time it is suffering, 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 and nothing else. Then only detachment will come. That is the point. Janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi, dukkha doshanudarshanam. Anudarshanam means continuously one should see it. The renunciation of sense objects and also absence of egoism. This when there is no absence, what is there? It is divine. Yoga. What is yoga? Yoga means dukkha sanyoga vyogam. Yoga Sangita. So when we have taken all kinds of sorrow over us, so shrug all those things and then you are free. So what we have done? We have said, okay, body, it gives a little pleasure, so okay, come, welcome. Mind and all the propensities. And we have welcomed. So what we have to do? We have to detach from it. Why? If you are driving, if your tire is attached with something, say it has stuck on the ground, you cannot move. So for greater movement, it should not be above the ground also. It should be on the ground, but it should not be attached there. That's the whole secret. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanu darshanam. So that we are not attached with body all the time, we have to see, oh body, I understand, what is your nature? So I am not going to serve you, rather you are serving good, very good. So you continue your service. So we go forward. Then asakti anabhishangaha putradara grihadishu. This is especially for grihasthas, but it is for everybody. Asakti means unattachment, non-attachment. To whom? Putra, dar, with son, wife, home, and the rest. What are you saying, Swami? Should I not love our family? No, you have to love, but it should not be infatuation. You love them as God. Then it will not give you pain when they departs or something happens. If we love everyone as the manifestation of God, then it will not give us pain. Rather, we will be detached and will not be affected by any situation, untoward situation. So, asakti anabhisanga. Anabhisanga means non-identification of self. So generally what happens, we identify with each and everything. We have books. Say we Swamis have some clothes and books. But still, we have so much, like if anything is missing, then we search, where is that, where is that? So, should we be careless? No. We should be careful, but not attached too much. If something goes away, fine, very good. If something comes, very good, welcome. So this non-attached state, asakti, non-attachment with putra darghyadish. We have to take care of house, we live here. Why should not we take care? We have to take care. But one should not be over infatuated. Home and the rest. Anavishwanga, non-identification of self. Ishtanishtopatishu, in the occurrence of desirable and undesirable. So there also one should be detached. Sometimes a situation happens which is not very congenial. So what to do? Then we have to forbear. We cannot wail or weep. Whatever comes, it is all from God. Therefore, we have to take in that spirit. Nityam cha samachittatam. What is the result then? Then your mind will be calm and quiet. Then you are not vacillated. And then you can concentrate in your divine self. That is the purpose. Nityam, always. And samachittatam, even-mindedness. And in what? Ishta, anishta, upapattishu. Whatever comes, one should take in that stride. Non-attachment, non-identification of self with son, wife, home and the rest, and constant even-mindedness in the occurrence of the desirable and the undesirable. So this is to be cultivated for one's own good. If someone thinks, no, I don't believe in it. Okay, you try. Then you'll find ultimately if we do not practice this, then we are welcoming misery. And we are unfit for knowledge, unfit for enlightenment. So this is the qualifications that one should cultivate. Mai cha ananya yogena bhakti abhyavicharini. And one should cultivate? In me, abhyavicharini bhakti. That means unadulterated devotion, unvarying devotion to me by the yoga of non-separation, resort to sequestered places, distaste for the society of men. One will argue, why not we should be in the midst of people? Generally, it happens that that as many people, so many opinions, and then conflict comes. But humanity goes with congregation. So there also we have to be unison in our prayer, in our thinking, in our pursuit. So though there may be many, but the purpose should be one. So unity in diversity. Though diversity we cannot avoid, but with that one should cultivate the purpose of the life. Unity in diversity. There is a Shanti mantra also regarding that. Anyway, I am not getting that. Sangachadhvam samvadadhvam samvo manansi janatam deva bhagay yatha purve sanjananam upasate samanu mantram abhimantrayeva. Like this. So that means all our endeavor should be in unison, in unity. Though we cannot avoid multiplicity in this world, in human society, but the purpose should be one, so that there is no disturbance. And say there may be some opinions, but one has to try to unify. That is the important point. So, Vivikta Desha Sevitvam. But those who are really serious about their practices, then there is no other way. But one should live in solitary, solitary place where no other disturbances are available. As Sri Ramakrishna would say, that you have to meditate in Mani, Bani, Koni, in your mind where nobody is disturbing you, or in a corner where no disturbances are caused, or in the forest, Mani, Bani, Koni. So, Vivikta Desha Savitvam, it has its meaning. We can see whatever we say in company, we have some dvaitat bhayam bhavati. When there are two, there is conflict, there is some disagreement. For very serious aspirants, this is the prescription. Vivikta Desha Sevitvam Aratir Jana Samsadhi. Vivikta Desha Sevitvam Arati. Arati means not loving Jana Samsadhi, when there is congregation. But like nowadays in India there is a Kumbh Mela. Only about 500 million people have taking dip in the Ganga. Combined population of America and Canada, maybe North America. So it's a great, and spiritual significance is really great. One can palpably experience. It is very much, not only understandable, one can feel that, because such a great congregation and all are devoted to God. Of course, there are so many other things are also there. And Sri Ramakrishna also said, when I see a gathering of people, then I am inspired. So Sri Ramakrishna said, or if I go to a big meadow, then I am inspired. When you see expansion, as Swamiji also said, expansion is life, contraction is death. But when expansion, that means you are expanding your horizon. But here it is to concentrate within oneself. Aratir jana samsadhi. Vivikta desha sevitvam aratir jana samsadhi. That one should avoid even contact of other people. So, unswerving devotion to me. See, there is no other path. Total dedication, total devotion to God. Unswerving devotion to me by the yoga of non-separation. Means constant remembrance of God. And resort to sequestered places, distaste for the society of men. Here Swami Ashiranji was there. So he would all of a sudden come and say, this is not a social club. So because when we gather, we talk about politics, we talk about this and that. So he would come and all of a sudden he'd come and say, this is not a club. So, Vivikta Desha Sevitvam Aratir Jana Samsadhi. And we can even in our shrine, you can feel that vibe. Why? Because it is so concentrated. Whatever, whosoever came there and contributed in that environment, so that is helpful for us. Okay, we go forward. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam tattva jnanartha darshanam. This is very important. So these are the outer things that one should avoid, one should cultivate. But what is to be cultivated? That is being said here. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam. Adhi atma. Related to self. Within us. Adhyatma jnana nitya. Nitya means always. Nityatvam. Constant application to spiritual knowledge. Understanding of the end of true knowledge. This is declared to be knowledge, and what is opposed to it is ignorance. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam tattva jnanartha darshanam. Tattva means whatever is the substance. Knowledge of that substance, and not only knowledge of that substance, but one has to realize it. Ekam sat, na, eko ham bahushyam aprajaya. Ekam sat bahudha vadanta. That's a different. Ekam eva advitiyam neha nanasti kinchana. Here there are not many. There are not many. It is one who is manifesting in so many forms. And Swamiji says, this world is objectified God. So one should cultivate this. Even if I am interacting with people, I am interacting with God. And whatever I am doing, that work should be dedicated to God. Yat karoshi, yadashnasi, yajjuhoshi, dadasi yat tapasvasi konteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you yat karoshi, yadashnasi, yajjuhoshi, whatever sacrifice you do, you perform, yat tapasvasi, whatever penance you do, everything to be offered to God. Tat kurushva madarpanam. So this idea to be cultivated. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam. So this adhyatma jnana, knowledge of self, it is to cultivate all the time. This is self is immortal. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dhati pavaka. Achedvayam, and I am cutting short. Achedvayam adajyayam aklidvashasya vacha nityaha sarvagata sthanu achalo and I am sanatana. There is nitya, eternal. Sarvagata, all pervading. Achala, it is unmoving. This self is to cultivate it all the time. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam tattva jnanartha darshanam. And one should visualize, what one should actualize. That divinity, it is present here, now, and as in my hand, as I keep a fruit in my hand. So this is to be realized, this is to be cultivated and realized. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam tattva jnanartha darshanam. Actually, when I first read, I was charmed by seeing this. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam tattva jnanartha darshanam. Etas jnanam, this is knowledge. So knowledge means these are the means to attain knowledge. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam tattva jnanartha. Etas jnanamiti proktam. This I said, what is knowledge, what is the means to cultivate and attain knowledge. And etas ajnanam yatato anyatha. Other than this is ajnana. Because if you cultivate this, then you'll reach, certainly reach. So this is to be meditated, this is to be repeated again and again. So amanitvam, not humility, and adambitvam, unpretentiousness, non-injury, forbearance, uprightness, service to the teacher, purity, steadiness, self-control, the renunciation of sense objects, and also absence of egoism. Reflection on the evils of birth, death, old age, sickness and pain, and non-attachment, non-identification of self with son, wife, home, and the rest, and whatever one possesses. One was a monk, so he had a loincloth. So he was attached with it. So what he saw, that a mouse came and cut it. Okay. So he said, what to do? So he thought, if I keep a cat, then it will repel the mouse. So he kept a cat for a few days, but the problem is how to feed the cat. So he thought, let me have a cow to feed the cat. And then he had a cow, but the problem is how to feed the cow. So he thought, let me have a servant. Now to cook for himself and servant, that's also a problem. Then he left the monkhood and became a householder. So attachment leads us like that. One should avoid such attachments. So non-attachment, non-identification of self with son, wife, home and the rest, and constant even-mindedness in the occurrence of the desirable and the undesirable. Even-minded in the occurrence of the desirable and non-desirable. So one should be stable, sthita prajna, as we have already studied in the second chapter, sthita prajna. Mind is stable, mind is equanimous and established in the self. Unswerving devotion to me. So after this comes the devotion to God, total surrender. And unswerving devotion to me by the yoga of non-separation. So united, it should be continuous flow. Resort to sequestered places, distaste for the society of men, and constant application to spiritual knowledge, understanding of the end of true knowledge. This is declared to be knowledge, and what is opposed to it is ignorance. So these are very, very important teachings of Sri Krishna. We should understand and also practice this. Okay, we'll stop here. Yes, mother, any question? Okay. Okay, what is that?
You were talking about three ways, money, boni.
Money, money, kone.
Money, money, boni. Could you define those again one more time?
Money is mind.
Mind, okay.
Boni means forest.
Forest, okay.
And kone means corner.
Okay, so to escape, you can either go to, or stabilize the mind, you can go into a corner.
Say like you are in shopping mall.
Yeah.
You cannot sit there at a corner. Even people will come there. So that time it is in mind. But in household, say some other people will be there, so corner. And when it is possible, one should go to forest, and that means These are secluded places. What Sri Ramakrishna said, one should be in secluded place. That is the idea.
If one can withdraw the senses and you're in the midst of a crowd but you're not even paying attention,
Hmm.
you're doing japa or you're doing focusing,
Hmm.
is that also an option?
Yeah. But not all the time. All the time I'm there. And so what happens, association is very important. When you are in wrong place, howsoever you try, it may creep in your mind. So it is better to least experience, exposed to those things. Okay, we say after. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tatsat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
Lord, by thy grace, by thy infinite grace, give us knowledge, pure knowledge of thee. Lord, by thy grace, by thy infinite grace, give us knowledge, pure knowledge of thee. Feel the presence of the Lord. 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 Lord, by thy grace, by thy infinite grace, give us love, pure love for thee. Lord, by thy grace, by thy infinite grace, give us love, pure love for thee. Feel the presence of the Lord. Hear the calling of the Lord. Hear the calling of the Lord. Hear the calling of the Lord. Lord, by thy grace, by thy infinite grace, give us love, pure love for thee. Lord, by thy grace, by thy infinite grace, give us knowledge, pure knowledge of thee. See the smile that charmed the world. 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 Lord, by thy grace, by thy infinite grace, give us love, pure love for thee. Lord, by thy grace, by thy infinite grace, give us knowledge, pure knowledge of thee. Feel the presence of the Lord. Hear the calling of the Lord. See the smile that charmed the world, and hold the hand that made it all. Lord, please, Lord, by thy grace,
Okay, I found that here. The translation goes like this: Be united, speak in harmony, let your minds apprehend alike, common be your prayer, common be the end of your assembly, common be your resolution, common be your deliberations, alike be your feelings, unified be your hearts, common be your intentions, perfect be your unity. So this is a rough translation this way. Okay, thank you.
Namaste, Swami.
Namaste.